I'm going to give you the easiest way to do it, and then I'm going to give you something that we are working on, and you can make of it what you will. But I'll give you the idea behind it, and then you can kind of figure it out. So let's suppose you sell, I don't know, let's just have a look at some stuff, what we got here. What can we go look for? What can we go buy? What's those? Like huge cats, are they? Let's suppose you sell huge cats. Huge cat. Huge cars, huge cats. Is that the right? So look at that for a search term. Huge cats is what I would think you would search for. And that's a giant cat there. So if you want to rank on page 1, here's the easiest way to do it. Now, a couple of little things. Thing number 1. It's important to realize that different search terms have got different competition competing for page rank for that given search terms. And the more competitive a search term typically is, it's because it generates more sales. That's typically in a functional marketplace the way these things work. Of course, it doesn't always work that way, and there's opportunities for arbitrage. However, typically that's how it works. So it ought to go without saying then that this strategy I'm going to share with you, depending on the competitiveness of your keyword, will dictate the amount of times you have to do this to make it work. Here in Australia, for instance, I would imagine for most search terms, 5 to 10 instances of doing this would get you absolutely to page 1. However, it's not always the case in America. So here, let me show you the thing. It's called search, find, buy. Pretty simple. You get somebody who you pay to go to Amazon, whichever your marketplace is, .com.au, .com, whatever it is, and play customer. So they search for your main keyword that you're targeting, huge cats. They then find your product in the search engine results page. So this one here, for instance, they find your product, they click on it, they add it to cart, and they buy it. So that is search, find, buy. Okay, that's what it is. And what that does is you're being incredibly natural with your black hat SEO strategies, because this is black hat, only because it's against Amazon's terms of service. And Amazon will reward you for that by pushing you up the search engine rankings, because what Amazon is looking for is the highest converting search term to sales for any given product. That's what it looks for. It looks to maximize the ROI for any given search term. And so that works really, really well. So if you're stuck on page 2, do get some people to do that for you a few times. As I said, in Australia, 5 to 10 iterations spread out, 1 per day is great. In the USA, you'll probably need to do more. So there's that. All right, so that's a simple way of doing it. Now let's take it a step further. Let me just think about this for a second and think about something that I have spent a ludicrous amount of time thinking about, which is this friggin' auto-suggest feature here. So it strikes me that it would be a really cool thing to do to get Amazon to suggest the search term that you are looking for, that you're looking to get your product to rank for, and then to link up that search phrase with your product so that it becomes an auto-suggest that automatically means your product will rank on the top of the search results. Hopefully I've explained that in a way that you get it, all right? So let's suppose, and again, let's just go for this huge cats, because that right now is not a search term that gets suggested, as you can see. So if I wanted to, I could optimize my listing for the search term huge cat. So if I own this listing here, this huge fluffy cat, I could optimize that listing for huge cats, and then anytime somebody comes to Amazon and they're searching for cats, huge cats, whatever it might be, mine's going to come up first. So that's the idea, that's the philosophy behind it. So how do you manipulate and game the Amazon auto suggest? Well, it turns out it's actually pretty friggin' easy to do. And this is a old hack that I used to use from my affiliate marketing days back in the day when I used to do loads and there's a black hat affiliate marketing stuff, where we would just game the hell out of Google. And the way that we did it is we used something called Mechanical Turk, which is owned by Amazon. So this is Mechanical Turk. You crowdsource very, very little jobs to people to get them to do things for you. And I use this all the time for a lot of SEO that we do, as well as some other things as well. Some of it more nefarious than others, but here's what we're working on. Here's what we're testing. All right. So I've got no data for you yet, but I'll tell you what we're doing, and at least it's an interesting thought experiment for you, if nothing else. So what we're getting is I think it's like 120 Amazon Turks, which is these people around the world, to go and just search Amazon for search terms that we want to get into Amazon as auto suggests. And the idea being, if enough people search for them and then go to our product page and add it to their wish list, which is what we're doing right now, get them to add it to wish list, then that ought to trick the auto suggest into then using that our implanted keyword as an actual auto suggestion, and therefore we can rank for that in number one and dominate for it. So that is the strategy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I've got no idea if that's going to work, but as always, I want to be an open book with you, and I just tell you the shit that I'm working on, the good, the bad, and the holy crap. Why did we even try that as well? So I think that's kind of cool. So there you go, Neil. That's the strategy to get you from page 2 to page 1. Absolutely. Plus a advanced strategy that we're currently doing to try and game the Amazon system so we control the auto suggest, not Amazon. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.